What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're not actually shooting a video per se. We're talking about a very special car. It's a 1970 Plymouth Superbird. It's coming up for auction at Indy Mecum in a couple weeks. May the 21st. It's a Saturday car. It's a feature car. Star car, I guess you'd say. No reserve. Lot S173. Car's currently part of the Ray Evernham collection. Was originally a Bristol Speedway Dragway pace car. But for those of you who know me, that may sound familiar. This car is actually owned by my father for several years, and we sold the car, blah, blah, blah. I knew it was in Ray's collection. I've chatted with his people about it a little bit. Pretty cool. Wanted to shed a little history on the car today. It was, like I said, originally a Bristol Speedway Dragway pace car, so to speak. You can't see me, but I'm making the air quotation marks. It was used at the track as a festival car, I guess you would say. Not necessarily during NASCAR races. There's really no photos that show either way. The car was actually owned by a guy in Kingsport that owned a Union 76 gas and tire station, and he used it to advertise his business. The car, back then they didn't just race Bristol Night Race, Bristol Dirt Race. They raced every weekend at Bristol. So the car was there a lot. It was painted up when we got it. You see the photos here. These are actually still shots of a video the two previous owners to us sent us when he had the car. Gives you a pretty good idea. We'll come back to these in a minute. And these are actually photos of the car when we got it. These photos are kind of hard to come by. I actually thought I'd lost them for years. Been going through some of my parents' stuff a while back. I found them. Took pictures of them with my cell phone, luckily, and now have somehow lost them again. So I apologize for the quality of these, but here they are. See the car in today's state. Let me flip to that photo. This is how the car looks now. The owner after us, or we sold it to a dealer and sold it to the owner after us, we'll call it. He had Bristol Speedway Dragway painted on the nose. That's how the car appears today. It's not actually the way the car was. Here is how the car was. The entire nose cone was black, and it had white writing as you see today. The hood scoops were actually covered in a black vinyl to match the roof. The wing was black. You can see the Plymouth and the Roadrunner were going off the side. It's had stickers all up and down the sides of it where he'd advertise his Union 76 station. In this photo, there's a couple of them still present, but most of them were gone. The car actually had the original paint on it when we got it. Super nice paint, other than where the sun had faded, where the decals were, and of course the black. My dad was going to keep it the way it was for a little bit, but it was 24,000 miles at the time. That's why the car deserved to be, even though it had its history, there wasn't a ton of documentation for the history. There was enough to prove it, but there wasn't like photos of it leading Richard Petty around Bristol or anything like that. So, and this was back before the internet, so really you couldn't find the proof it was out there. It was just all, stories. So he decided to restore the car back original, so we did a correct restoration paint job on it. Had it put back the correct color, decals, everything on it. Car turned out really nice. It still actually bears that paint. A guy named Gary Egger painted it. Very, very nice original paint job, original style paint job. Nothing too crazy. Show car. Looked very correct for the way it was, the way it should have been. Car still retained a couple of cool things on it. The bumper actually had holes in it where they had a flag rack. If you've seen any old NASCAR races, you see the flag racks that go on the bumper. Maybe a couple checker flags, a state flag, who knows what on there. Those were actually on there when we sold the car. I think by the picture, it's been changed since then. To give you a little history on the car, we bought it at Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Auto Fair. My dad bought it from another Mopar collector, Gary Guerin, probably a name some of y'all may know. I think he gave, don't quote me on this, $25,000 or $6,000 for it, which at the time seemed like an insane amount of money. Of course, the car will probably bring, I think Mecum has it, that it's estimated to bring 175 to 225. Could very easily do that or more. We had the car. I said we restored it, enjoyed it for a few years. My dad always cut a lot of flack because he was driving it. I think he put about 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it. The ad actually doesn't say how many miles are on it now, I don't believe. Trying to scroll through it here as I read. I'll put the ad up here, some screenshots of it. You can go to Mecum and see it. I'll put the link in the comments below. But yeah, a couple of the unique things you'll see in some of my photos here. These are some photos we get taken after the car was restored. You can see it sitting in our shop here. Had an orange breather on it. I'm told all the Superbirds had black ones on it. It's since been switched to black. I was told by Galen Glovier at Carlisle one year, Mopar guru, that he suspected the car came that way with an orange air cleaner. And he actually saw or heard tell of some Superbirds coming with it, and he wouldn't change it. Obviously, it's just been changed and put back original, but just interesting fact toward the car. But anyway, we sold it. We didn't really want to, but it was one of those deals where the guy was buying like 3 other cars and had to be Superbird one of them. So it was gone. It was the one that got away forever. There was another Superbird after that. I'll show you a quick clip of it here. It was an orange one, but it wasn't a 4-speed car. It was an automatic, and it wasn't this car. My dad always regretted selling it. And he kept in touch with the owner after him for a while, and then we heard word that he sold it finally. We'd actually tried to buy it back, but just couldn't get the funds together before Ray bought it. I've talked to Ray's people. We knew Ray had it. We tried to get to one of his shows to see it a couple times, and never did. Unfortunately, my dad passed away in 2019. And these cars, were a special part of his life. It's even in his obituary, talking about his Superbirds. But just a cool car. I'm putting a package together as I make this video of the original headrests that were in the car. It's the only thing in the interior we changed. Everything else was perfect, but they had cracked from the sun. My dad had saved them, wanted to give them to Ray, like he cares about the original headrests that are in bad quality. But I talked to some of Ray's people, and I was like, hey, my dad wanted Ray to have them. Can I send him one? And can I send the other one and have him sign it and send it back? So he's going to autograph it for me and send it back to me. I'm putting some pictures together of all this that's in this video. I'm going to send to him, too. Hopefully it gets with the car before it goes to Mecum. If you're the new owner and you're seeing this and you want to reach out, please do. You can hit me up on here, leave a comment with your contact info, however. Love to talk to you, follow the history of the car, even get to see the car again. I'm kicking around the idea of going to Indy just to film and see the car, but not sure if I'll make it or not. But anyway, if you're looking for the history of the Bristol Speedway Dragway pace car, here is the original photos. As far as I know, this is about the only place on the internet they are. I found some on a charger for them the next owner after us had put up, but I couldn't access them without registering, so I'm not sure if they're even still out there or not. But yeah, if I can help whoever's interested in the new owner with any history, please reach out. Love to stay in touch with the car. Super cool car. Hope it goes to a great home. Somebody maybe NASCAR related. It is a piece of history. I'm sure somewhere there's photos or video of the car going around Bristol or at the Dragway. If for some reason you have them, please send them to me. Contact me. I'd love to see it. Car will always be special to us, So anyway, just wanted to put the video out there, talk about it. It's one I've been sitting on for a while, telling the story. We're saving it for our upcoming podcast, but when I saw the car going to auction, I knew I needed to get the video out there. People be searching for it, looking for info. So here it is. Be sure you hit that like button. Be sure you subscribe for more stuff. Y'all be pretty.